Hi guys, as promised in our August wrap up, I am going to do a review today of Butter by Erin Lange. I'll start off with a quick plot summary of this book. I don't want to give away too much because there's like really cute revelations in this book that you get to at the end that make you really think about this book. It's not really, well, it is a YA, like contemporary, but I'd say it goes a lot deeper than that. I reckon adults would enjoy it because I'm going off YA a little bit and I really enjoyed it. It's about a guy called Butter, that's his nickname, and he is like severely morbidly obese and he lives with his mum and dad and he goes to school like everyone else, but he finds like he gets bullied quite a bit and that he's not happy with himself and like he really struggles with binge eating and feeling like he needs to lose weight but feeling like he can't because food is like his security. He has a really nice friend called Tuck who he knows from Fat Camp, which has a different name. It's not as insensitive as Fat Camp, that's basically what he goes to every summer, and it's just about him like coping with his life. As I said in the plot summary just now, like Butter is an amazing book because it is so complex as a character. He talks to a girl online over like what used to be like MSN, like the virtual reality and Butter of that, and he really likes her, but he knows her at school and she doesn't know him obviously, and he's so worried about revealing his identity to her even though she is kind of perfect for him. But this is kind of one of the problems that I had with this book. Tuck and the girl Anna just seemed too perfect for me. Like Butter seemed very complex as a character, but Tuck was very, I go to Fat Camp and now this happens, and Anna was very perfect and she didn't seem very complex anyway, and I found the ending to be less believable when it come to Anna because I just didn't really understand her thought processes and how she like coped with things because everything is from Butter's perspective, so we didn't really get to see into Anna or Tuck's head as much. And sometimes with the plot as well, an example of this would be when Butter is planning to go to a brass concert because he plays the saxophone really well, and this is really emotional because he plays the saxophone and goes to a spot where it's all secluded and he plays and it's really emotional because he's really good. But it's the point where he's going to a brass band show with his saxophone and then you never actually hear it happen. Like they talk about it and then it never happens, and I just feel like Anna and Tuck are sometimes used as like plot devices rather than just actually there, and the plot doesn't like naturally progress, it just kind of goes, this is a plot progression, this is a plot progression, which I didn't really enjoy, but all in all it was put together quite well. Saying this book was emotional is true, but I feel like it could have been a lot better. At the start, like the first 100 pages, really gripped me and I really felt for Butter, but as it went on, I think this has something to do with like the plot as well. I just felt like it was just party after party and just like things that moved along the plot and not actually getting the emotion out of it. Like I kind of like lost a bit of love for like Butter as he went on because we saw less of like how he was feeling and just what he was doing. And like with his dad, I didn't understand his character at all. I just thought it was just there for like an added, like it's meant to give you more emotion, but I just didn't really understand his point. Like I really liked his mum, I think she was written really well, but I think his dad just kind of lacked a bit of personality. He was like standoffish and like I know that was the point, but then he was just like not really believable in his like revelation. Like at the end it's like it went too like from one side to the other. It was too dramatic of a change of character which we didn't see during the actual book, so I didn't really believe that. And one thing I really did like about this book was how Butter confided in his saxophone teacher, his music teacher. I really like student-teacher relationships because I just feel like they add like a whole relationship dynamic to the book, and Butter and his teacher were really like a clincher for the emotion in the book. All in all, I really enjoyed this read. I thought the ending let it down quite a bit, but I wouldn't let that deter you from reading the book because you might really enjoy the ending. I just kind of wanted something a bit more believable, but you might think it was believable. I just didn't really see it with the characters, but as Butter is so complex, you may have saw like a different side to him than I did. So I also would still recommend this book. I think I gave it 3.5 stars because it could go either way for you, but I would still recommend it and I hope you enjoy it if you choose to read it. So that was my review of Butter by Erin Lange. I hope you enjoy it and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!